Hi, I'm Trevor. I'm a physiotherapist, and often I see a lot of people with neck and back pain associated with working in an office. Now, we often think about poor posture, and that often leads to things like neck and back pain. But did you know that actually prolonged sitting can cause a lot of problems for us? There are a few things that you can do throughout the day in the office that can really help that. So what I'd like to do is just to explain part of the problem. So obviously, if I'm in front of my computer for a number of hours a day, and often I'll get stuck into my work and I'll often forget about what my posture's doing. And you can imagine what's happening here. My shoulders are really rounding, and this over time creates tightness in the front of my chest, in the front of my hips, and in my abdomen. Now you can imagine here, and often we don't think about it, is that if I get tight here, it's akin to my shirt bunching up. And then what happens then, I see a lot of people with neck and shoulder pain. So what happens here is that if I go to lift my arm, if I go to play tennis, or if I go to the gym and start doing some exercises, if I lift my arm, this tightness in the front of my chest actually restricts what my shoulder can do, therein creating lots of problems for my shoulder and my neck. So simple things that we can do throughout the day to release this tightness in the front of the chest can really help alleviate any problems we might be getting up in our shoulder range. Simple thing that you can do throughout the day is just to be, one, obviously mindful of your sitting posture, but two, is just releasing the tissue at the front of the chest. So a simple way to do that is you can do this in your office or at home, just looking at your range, and often you'll feel some tightness as you try to look up. So the intervention, what you can do, an exercise, just place your fingers at your chest, and you want to spread your fingers out in between each of the ribs there. We keep firm pressure here, and then I want you to repeat that exercise. So just slowly lifting the chin and bringing the chin back to neutral. Slowly lifting the chin, bringing it back to neutral. You can do that a few times. You might actually feel here that that tightness somewhat is reduced or alleviated. And then if we repeat that, I can actually feel there that it feels a lot looser in the front of my neck. Over and above that, what you can do, same position with the hands. If you lift, I'll turn to face the camera, if you lift your chin back to the neutral, lift, and just start to turn if this is comfortable. Tilting the chin one way, and then tilting the chin the other way. And that just helps to get the tissue at the front of the chest released at different angles, which is really important. So once again, up, back to the midline, two, only do this and go as far as you feel comfortable to, and three, tilting the chin up. And then if you repeat the extension, that feels a lot looser through the front of my neck. Secondly, another really neat exercise you can do is just to have a tennis ball or a massage ball, even a golf ball or something similar of that size will do, but it has to be at least as firm as a tennis ball, maybe a bit firmer. You can get those spiky massage balls as well. I'm going to place that at the front of the chest, and all I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep my elbow low and push in with my hands, and I'm just going to slowly roll that out. The idea here is very similar to just a self-release, or similar to what a massage therapist or a physiotherapist might do to release the tissue at the front of the chest. And that is directly releasing the pec minor, the tissue here, and which will help to open the shoulder back. So when you go to do those things in daily life, your shoulder will have a lot more range. You could do this for maybe 1 to 2 minutes. It will be a bit tender if you're doing it the first time, so do go slow, and making sure you do the other side as well. Where I'm placing the ball is just below the collarbone here, so feel where your collarbone is. Place the tennis ball just below and work towards the sternum at the front of the chest in the midline and back. 1 to 2 minutes each side. And that will really help to open the chest and reduce any of the tension in the back of the neck, in the front of the neck, by creating a better platform for your neck to work on. So when you go back to work at your workstation, you should feel a lot more comfortable, And this actually works really well as preventative exercise. So doing this each day for a couple of minutes will really help reduce the chances of developing any poor posture in the shoulders. If you'd like to learn more and have more handy tips and hints, please follow the websites below. Thanks for watching.